Hello, chat. Welcome to early stream. We're definitely going to be doing more early streams as the next month rolls along as well. So, this is from Sulaco, this music. This is Dawn's theme, the save room theme. You can kind of hear some of the Resident Evil. Great game. Awesome game. I'm very excited for Chapter 2 whenever that comes out. And there's also, Cultic is coming to consoles. I think there may be an update coming to that too. But it's really great. Between that and then the Retro Space demo, it's just great. Vinny, why are you doing the demo version of Spell Brigade? I didn't buy Spell Brigade. Usually you buy a demo and see, you play a demo and see if you like it. Well, you played Tamagotchi this week. I played it yesterday. Get with the program, people. Vinny, how come you missed Dustfront demo on Next Fest? What is happening this morning? I think some people need their coffee. I hadn't heard of Dustfront until you just said it. It is a classic RTS with grand strategy elements and a non-linear campaign. I played that other strategy game. I think I'm okay. We got to get some propeller hats for the chat. That's all right. Sometimes I need a propeller hat myself. Anyway, why aren't you playing Top Hat Monkey Goes West? I think that's a movie, chat member. Okay, get with the program. Anyway, listen. Welcome to the stream. We're going to do some demos, including Rhythm Heaven, and then Lego Bertmer. Tomorrow will be normal time stream, and then hopefully Thursday is Horseman, but also Star Fox. I heard, they released some footage of the game, and they were like, check out this voice acting. And they're like, who are you guys? And Fox is like, we're Star Fox. I was like, oh god. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting time. We're going to have a fun time with that. It does. They sound... Listen, I'm reserving my judgment. I want to see the whole game. But they do sound like anime. It's very funny. There's a quote from Shinji Mikami I wanted to talk about for just a second, which was, if watching a playthrough is enough, the game wasn't good enough. Because I've had this thing where, for years, I've seen, like, publishers have... Sometimes there's, like, embargoes on how much you can show. Like, they don't want you to show the whole game. Or there's this debate of, well, if you're streaming a story-based game to an audience, do they even want to play it? There's a greater debate I've seen about, like, are you even a fan if you've only watched a stream? And I think there's different levels of being a fan of something. I think you can be a fan of something if you've watched a stream, but there's no comparison to playing a game yourself and really understanding it. And, I agree with Mr. Shinji Mikami of Resident Evil fame. For example, I think of Resident Evil 4. That is one of the most fun games ever. And whenever I see footage of it, I'm like, shit, I want to play that again. I think about that for Super Metroid, too. I think about that for a lot of games. Yes, there are games that are probably better to watch, like Heavy Rain, for example. Or, listen, I've never had the desire to play a God of War game. I know they're fun, beat-em-up, action games and all that. Not hack and slash, but... I feel like what they showed of Laufey, from me, was like, I'm content to just watch this, and that's fine. And I'm sure the gameplay is great, but it was 15 minutes of cutscene and 5 minutes of very flashy moves. But if I watch Resident Evil 4, it's a couple cutscenes, right back into the gameplay, and it looks so much fun that you want to play it again. So, I agree. I think it's, it's a thing that happens. I've seen videos of games that immediately looked good enough for me to want to play. But I hope, over the years, people have watched my streams, and I know this is the case. People have, you know, kind of told me, and we did like a poll on this once. Were there games that people watched and then bought later? And the answer is a ton. Yes, a fuckload. So, yeah, I think gameplay is transcendent of just watching. You can do that too, but it's more fun to play yourself. Once in a while, I play a game that I'm like, oh god, I'd rather watch this. Someone said Final Fantasy VII Remake for me. That is a huge discussion as well, honestly, like going into that, and like, you know, Max Dude was saying that it's only 5% different from the original, which I kind of disagree with, but it is more similar than you would think. But it's a very, very also expanded thing. I can see why people would just want to watch the story and not fuck with the gameplay, but honestly, that's the best Final Fantasy gameplay yet. I really love the combat, the gameplay of that game. But, he's elaborated on it, and I actually agree with Max. I need to, actually watch that and see what he has to say, because I want to see how he expands upon that. Will you be flaying Tamagotchi Life later? No, I played it yesterday, and flaying would be bad. I don't want to remove the skin from my Tamagotchi Miis. Max is a bigger Final Fantasy VII fan than you are. He is. It's not even my favorite Final Fantasy game. I love it, and I really, really like Remake and Rebirth. But I wouldn't say they're as good, and I wouldn't say they're without their faults. I don't think Max would say they're without their faults either, but he is a massive, massive Final Fantasy VII fan. But yeah, everybody kind of has to make a choice on whether or not, like, oh, this is good enough to watch. I'll just watch someone play this for a little while. And then sometimes that translates to sales. But does he like Advent Children? Hey, I liked Advent Children when it came out. That is a video game I wouldn't want to play. But I'm actually, I'm good. I don't think I ever need to see Advent Children again. I think I'm happy with the times I've seen it, and I'd rather have it be in my memory now. What about Dirge of Cerberus? No thanks.
Note: